Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mike Kollin at CorrectFemaleCode.com. I want to ask you guys a question. Do you believe in love? Now listen to what I just said. I'm going to repeat it because I want you to actually hear what I'm saying this time. Do you believe in love? Because we're living in a world where nobody understands that nobody understands anybody. So, after so many years, I left the psychology industry and I began to study neurolinguistic programming, Ericksonian hypnosis, timeline therapy, and also energy healing and a bunch of consciousness teachings. And at the training, in the back of the room, probably was about a dozen psychologists. And at one of the trainings, the head trainer was a psychologist. He was a doctor in psychology, I just lost his name. At the time, he was the head of the psychology department of the University of Syracuse. And he was teaching NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, on the East Coast or Europe. Some of them call it neuro-linguistic psychology. By the way, the music will go down in about 2 minutes. So NLP exploded on the scene, and all of a sudden we were helping people right out of the bat. Once you get your master certification in training in NLP, Ericksonian hypnosis, you can start helping people get over phobias and all kinds of problems. And I mean in one session, a lifelong real phobia where someone has gone to, like I've actually had a couple clients early on who'd been seeing psychiatrists, psychologists, going to every freaking thing they can think of. And the phobia cure was the easiest. It literally is the easiest pattern to use and the most effective pattern to get people over phobias. It really is kind of a joke. That's how easy it is. Yet if you go to a psychologist, they'll tell you it takes on average 2 to 12 years to get rid of just one phobia. Well, imagine if you have 5 or 3. Well, that's a long time. In essence, they don't really know what they're doing. The one thing I noticed when I was in college is they kept saying, well, the theory is, philosophy is, our belief system is, the opinion of Dr. Freud is. And I'm like, opinion, beliefs, theories, I want results. Would you take your car to a mechanic who said, well, theoretically I should be able to fix it, but if I can't, I'm still going to charge you $150 an hour? You'd be like, yeah, screw you, dude, I'm going to go somewhere else. So you get these so-called experts. I don't care if it's Tony Robbins, I don't care if it's the Men Are From Mars guy, or this new lady, Dr. Sadia Khan. She's a beautiful, stunning lady. Beautiful, I love her accent, she's just amazing. And she's a dating and relationship coach, expert, psychologist. So here's my question for you. Does it help? Does it get you the results that you desire? And now here's another podcaster, asking questions, not knowing that he doesn't know that he doesn't know. And she doesn't know that he doesn't know that he doesn't know that she doesn't know that he doesn't know. Now you think I'm being funny, but I'm being dead serious. This is how different men and women are. Do you want to fall in love? Do you want a relationship that actually works, where you're in the relationship because you're both in love? If so, this is the course you need to take, because this has the answers you have always been looking for. Now, this is a minimum 5.5 to 6 day training, and even after that, you're going to have to do some follow-up. I'm going to tell you the difference between listening to all these so-called experts and my course. The experts are the blind leading the blind, not knowing that they're blind leading other blind. Now she's talking to Lewis Howes, and he doesn't know that he doesn't know what she's saying. See, as I've said in my last videos, we have a left brain and a right brain. These are literally two computer processors. The right brain is like the Apple computer processor, processes in an expanding circle, which is called non-linear. It's called non-linear logic, meaning it's a circular form of logic. Now, how many times have you heard a guy go, "Oh, women, they speak in circles, they speak in circular logic," because it's literally. Do you guys remember when the Apple computer first came out and all that? Now, the IBM computer is the linear, it goes in a line, linear, linear. It goes in a line, it processes in a line from point A to point B. So when the Apple computer came out, all these guys, "Oh, that computer just doesn't make any sense." Well, it doesn't make linear sense, but it does make nonlinear sense. Now, as you get into advanced science and advanced math, you start to literally learn. Your teacher, your professor will literally tell you and call it nonlinear math or nonlinear science. These are advanced forms of science and math. You will not learn this in middle school or elementary school. You might start hearing about it depending on how far you go in high school, but if you do continue on in math in college, you will eventually hear about this. And do you know why it's taught later on? Because it's advanced math, it's advanced science, not the other way around. And guess what? The men that think in this way are the men that move up the ladder in the corporate world, in the business world, in the military, everywhere, even in tribal functions, even in gangs. The left brain is the external brain, meaning it's looking externally for rules. The left brain processes through rules, structure, and organization. Okay, that's what it does. That's all it does. It is the memory machine. There is zero thinking, but I'm logical, which means you can't think. All you do is you look to someone who you think is a leader externally, meaning you're the follower. And when women see this in your eyes, because it makes your eyes very narrow, pupils very small, and they come together, they can see it in the tightness of your body, the tightness of your voice, the logic sounds logical, and they're like, "Oh, that guy's a follower. Very smart guy. He has a lot of memories. He's memorized a lot of stuff." But all you do is then you regurgitate. There's no thinking at all. Thinking is a right brain function. It's a circular, expansive form of thinking. And when you learn how to do this automatically, the moment you walk into a room, literally women will read your body language and go, "Oh, he's different." They'll even walk up and tell you like, "Oh, you're different." The minute you open your mouth and you start speaking in the right brain way, they'll be like, "Oh, okay, I really like this guy." This is what a woman's mating system is looking for. She cannot deny it. It is undeniable. It triggers her mating system directly. It stimulates her mentally, emotionally, and especially sexually. It is as powerful of a drug as cocaine to her. She cannot resist this. The problem is men are stuck in their left brain. Her mating system is a nerve that connects to her right brain. So if you cannot shift over and physically be in this brain, it will not attract her. If you cannot speak in this language, it will not attract her. So what do you have to rely on? Well, how tall you are, how big your bank account is, how good looking you are, your muscles. And that's the problem, is those are not triggers for women. That's what men don't understand. Triggers for you are left brain stuff. Muscles, height, bank account, good looks, dark hair, and all that stuff. That's very left brain male, because the male mating system is connected to his eyes. Those are all visual aspects. Not only visual, but logical. So to you, it makes logical sense, but to her, it does not make emotional sense. You'll hear men all day long talk about, "Oh, women are so emotional. Women are so emotional. All they do is listen to their emotions. That's not logical. That's not logical." Yes, you're correct, but you stop too soon. It's like you opened the door and you refused to walk in. You found the door, but then you closed it and said, "Oh, that's not logic. I don't want to have nothing to do with it." Why? That will get you laid. That will get you love. That will get you respect. Female babies are born using their right brain. The right brain is the female brain. Now they have a left brain. They do use it in math, business, and science. But they trust their home. The right brain is their home, their emotions, their feelings. If their feelings tell them something's off, they're going to listen to that. Whereas men You're born using your logical brain, your logical processor. So you pay attention to what you logically think or logically believe. Now here's the key word. The left brain is not about knowing. The right brain is about knowing. The left brain is about believing. And there's a huge limitation there because you don't actually know. You're going based on blind faith. And that's what I'm talking about when I teach you how to open up to the right brain and see things clearly for what they are. All of a sudden, the game changes completely. See, all you guys have done your whole life is go based on opinions and beliefs and philosophy, and here's what I think, and this is what my father said. None of it is based off of reality. That's why I left psychology. This course will literally put the power of the relationship, of life, into your hands, including business, including sales. Every client I've ever worked with, even though I've never sold this, they'll call me back months later. It's like, Mike, you can actually use this in sales. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's all about influence. If you think what I'm talking about is neurolinguistic programming, no, I'm talking about something that is more advanced than that, something that is a newer discovery. It teaches you how to actually understand women, including seducing a woman, romancing a woman, literally knowing how to trigger her mating system, literally, directly. And no, money doesn't turn women on. It doesn't even make her fall in love with you. If you get married because you have money, she didn't marry you. She married your money. And listen to what Saadia Khan says about this. I've been saying this to men for decades, but she said it in a very concise way. So she says, so when you're that man, the guy that relies on money, so you think you're providing her everything with money. And because of that, she's not going anywhere. And then Saadia says, so what she's thinking is, now that you've provided me with everything, now I can go somewhere. Meaning, she's going to leave you. And she's going to take as much of your money and your house and whatever she wants as she can, and she's going to leave you. And you know why? She didn't marry you. She didn't marry you for love. She married your money. And this is where I think men are just, okay, let me finish what she said. She then goes on to say, you've lured yourself into your own trap. You've literally provided her with all the money that she needs to leave you. Okay, I want you to be honest with yourself. I want you to be honest right now. Stop lying. How many multimillionaires, billionaires, including Jeff Bezos, how many of these multimillionaires and recently billionaires have been divorced? Some of them are tall, good looking, obviously very, very socially powerful men, very financially powerful men, very business powerful men. How many of these men have been divorced? A lot of them. And what did the women do? They take their money. How much did Tiger Woods' wife take? I think it was $100 million. What did she do? It's like Bill Burr said, she was like $100 million babysitter. He goes, she didn't do nothing. If you think women want to be with you because of your money, because of your car, because of your looks, because of your height, you literally just learned how to pick up on a guy. That's all logic, and that's all visual. The male mating system is connected to his eyes, the visual system. So men are attracted and get turned on visually. Women do not. They get turned on by the right brain because it has a nerve that curves over to the right brains. Now listen closely. The right brain, not the left brain. The right brain's communication system. That is a different processor and a different language. When you learn how to do that, everywhere you go, women will be attracted to you. And women say it all the time. It's all about communication. Oh, he doesn't know how to communicate. And on dating sites, when we'll say, I'm looking for a guy who knows how to communicate. And guys are like, oh, I got A's and B's in high school and college English. I'm a good communicator. No, that's logic. All the tests that you took in high school and college, those were left brain logical communication tests, not right brain. Literally, when you're in your left brain, you force her to leave her right brain, which means you disconnected her from her mating system. You have to learn how to connect to the right brain system, because now you're finally going to understand women. See, when you step into your right brain and process in this way, you're going to look at a woman like, holy shit, it's a whole new world opens up. And I mean an entirely new world. And then on top of it, you know how to speak the right brain language, which triggers her mating system and turns her on sexually. And this is what every woman on the planet is looking for. This is love to a woman. She can't resist it. I'm serious. It's like when you meet the most beautiful girl in the world and you just fall in love. It's the same thing, but from the other side of the brain. That's all it is. It leads to the same place, our hearts. See, you think it's about buying her expensive flowers or paying for an expensive dinner. Let me ask you a question. If I, as a man, took you out to dinner and paid $3,000 on an expensive dinner, would you fall in love with me? No, you wouldn't. If I give you a dead piece of meat on an expensive china plate and expensive silverware made out of silver, will that make you fall in love eating a dead piece of cow meat? No, it won't. And guess what? It doesn't make her fall in love either. And guess what else? It doesn't sexually turn her on. The dinner, the restaurant, the dining set, that was just a setting, like a kickboxing match. The ring's there, the referee's there, your coach is there, the judge is there, the fans are there. But the event never took place. That's what dinner is for. She's waiting for you to do something. But what do? You go to your logical left brain and you try to impress her. The left brain is the push energy. Impress. Press means push. You literally just turned her off by pushing her away sexually. You just put yourself in the friend zone. So Sadiya Khan makes it very clear to Lewis Howes that it's not about money. That when you provide her with all this money, she's going, okay, so now that I have this, where do I go next? And he goes, that's odd. So you're telling me there's no loyalty when she's financially provided for. And she kind of pauses and looks at him like, did this guy not hear a word I just said? And she literally says, because the glue of the relationship is broken, because it has nothing to do with money. That's all external. Now you got to understand, the external brain, the left brain, is a foreign thing to a woman. It doesn't make sense to her. She can't relate. But when you learn how to open up to your right brain and speak in the right brain language, in the right brain process, boom, now she can relate. She can feel your emotions. She can feel you. She can understand your language. And now you are on the same page. How many times have you heard a woman say, come on, man, I'm on a different page, or I've moved, or I've shifted. And you're like, same page, different page. What are you talking about? She's talking about shifting over to the emotional processor. And this is what women mean when she's saying, I'm looking for emotional intelligence. It is not left brain intelligence. It is not logical intelligence. It is emotional 5 senses intelligence, literally. If you want to become a powerful man socially, if you truly want to understand how to have influence in your life, business, sales, and your relationships, even if it's with your own children, start by buying my book, Crack the Female Code. Go to crackthefemalecode.com and either buy my book, Crack the Female Code, or buy the ultimate package, which has my book, Crack the Female Code, and my book, Sex Signals, Get the Girl, Keep the Girl, etc., etc. It gets the whole package. Then after that, take my course. Hey, this is Mike Kollin at crackthefemalecode.com. Remember, this is not an advice course. Advice will get you nowhere. Opinions, beliefs, theories, well, I think this and I think that. That is not what this course is about. This is not about beliefs. This is about technique, understanding, and shifting, conditioning you to shift over to the right brain. In my next video, I'm going to give you an actual brain technique to show you something that will prove to you that we are neurologically wired in the opposite direction. If you like this video, click subscribe, click the like button, make a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.